Memorial Day weekend, working on the Ranger. I want to try and get this motor out today. We'll see how it goes, see how much I film. I'm gonna start with getting this bumper off, maybe the front clip, and maybe fenders. I don't know if I'm pulling fenders off yet. I'd kind of like to, just because I don't know how long this is gonna take. I know I said I wanted to do it in a weekend. I'm really impatient and didn't save up, or didn't wait till I was done saving up for all the parts for the motor, and I just kind of started. I wasn't driving the truck anyways, it was just sitting outside, so at least this way it's in the garage, out of the elements, and I can take my time pulling this stuff out. Jumped ahead a little bit here. Bumpers off, headlights, grill. I just pull all the bulbs out, they're just dangling here. I'm debating or not if I want to take the header panel off. I don't really see why I would need to, or the fenders. I don't know, I was debating on it. But at least to pull the motor out, I don't think I need to. Maybe later I'll decide that I want to pull all that off to get the 5 liter in. Make some room for something, I don't know. I think for now though, I'm just going to leave it. And I'm going to start pulling this apart. Let's just take this intake off. Drain the radiator, because that's coming out. I'm going to use the radiator out of the Explorer. And go from there. To pull the stock radiator out, there's a bolt right here. I can get some light on that. Right there, 10 mil. Just gonna zip that off. Same on the other side. I disconnected the overflow here to the tank. Just get that out of the way. Just these two 10 mils. This upper radiator hose and the lower radiator hose, and then the whole radiator will pull out. There is normally an AC condenser on there. I pulled that out a long time ago and I took the AC out of the truck. Other than that, all I've done is pulled this intake off with the mass airflow right here. I'm not labeling any wires on this motor because they won't be needed again. When I pull the motor on the Explorer, I will be labeling everything so I know where it all goes. I will be doing some stuff on here that comes from the truck, but not from the motor. So the wire is coming from the cab and all that, I'll be labeling. Got the coolant draining here. When I pulled the petcock, I got this really huge funnel. Don't really know what I'd ever use it for again, but it worked really nice to control the flow of coolant. I hate coolant so much. It gets all sticky. So draining the radiator now. I undid the bolts already. I'm just gonna pull the hoses and then the radiator will come right out. Radiator's out. Forgot to mention one thing when I was pulling that out. This fan shroud needs to come off. So it's got a 10 mil bolt on either side. Then it's got these clips down here. Just pull right out. Pull this fan shroud off, the radiator will come out, then you can pull the fan shroud out easy. So that's out. I've decided I'm gonna pull this header panel off. It's not that big of a deal to pull it off. You got these Christmas tree clips here in this, if you have this style header panel. That's the newer style. This is the old style that came on the truck. I don't think I ever made a video when I replaced that. I just put it on Instagram. Anyways, you need to pull those Christmas tree clips out of all around here and there. Then it's got two bolts that are hidden on the back side, and then one up here in the fender on either side. And this whole panel will come right out once I feed all those bulbs through so I don't break them. Really not necessary for this swap, but I feel like I can get closer and I'm not leaning so far over into the engine bay to try and get to stuff, and I think it'll just make it a lot easier putting everything back together. If I gotta mock something up, I'm not, I don't know, leaning over. I can get it in there closer. Alright, front header panel's off. I'm gonna start pulling stuff off the motor now. I started with this right here, like a PCB hose to the intake. I pulled it off closest to the truck as I could. I marked that one. I don't think I'm gonna need it. I think I'm gonna get rid of all the PCB on the other stuff. Cruise control cable. I would like to keep cruise in it if I can, so I'm gonna try and keep this all intact. There's a 10 mil down here. I already loosened it. Pull the 10 mil out. Sorry, 8 mil. then it connects up here in the throttle body. All you gotta do is push up on this and it'll pop right off. Kind of sits on that in there. So I can pull the cruise control cable out of the way and just loop it over here. Just gonna continue to do little things like that. Throttle cable, I'll undo that. These heater core hoses, I'm gonna pull off the wall up there, the firewall. I'm gonna mark which one went where, so I know when I redo it. Basically just mark everything you're unsure of or that you think you'll forget, and most likely you'll forget everything. So mark a lot of stuff, I guess. I'm gonna pull a few more things and show you what I got going on. And I got a little carried away again. Pulled the truck out, undid everything, power steering. Took me 10 minutes to undo all the wires and everything. The thing that got me stuck here was this fuel line. It's got one of them push lock types where you use these, not this size. I have the right size somewhere. I'm supposed to push that fuel line out. I tried for about an hour to get that undone. What I ended up doing was, I think it's a fuel pressure regulator behind the frame here. I undid the line there. There's a whole bunch of hard line that's all bent through here, so that's gonna be really hard to get the motor out with that. But I could not get that fuel line out apart, so I'll have to try and do that when the motor's out. Other than that, I just undid the motor mounts. They're just two 18mm nuts on top. Got it ratchet strapped up. I think this will work. I'm sure I'll have to readjust it again. Sitting on the wheels, I couldn't get the legs of the engine hoist underneath the axle, so I had to put it on some 4x4s. I might have to extend this out all the way because I don't think that has much more to go up, and the truck's still too tall. I can't get the truck down any lower than on the rims unless I pull the whole axle out, but that would be a nightmare. Not that it's not possible, but really not what I was wanting to do. So I'm gonna start jacking up on it and see what it does. Alright, I'm gonna call that a night. Thanks for watching. Keep asking questions. I like it when you guys ask questions. It makes me feel like someone's actually paying attention or would like to do the same thing I'm doing. So keep that up. Follow the Instagram page, That Big Hub Ranger. That's where I post a lot more stuff than I do on YouTube. Except for this build, I want to post a lot on YouTube about it because a lot of people have been asking me when I'm doing it, how I'm doing it, all those types of things. Thanks, and I'll see you next time.